Anambra is an erosion-prone area. Some of these factors are human factors. Today, we are here with the MD of ASWAMA, Anambra State Waste Management Agency, Mr. Amaechi, to understand what is expected of Anambra and the agency and government in general in terms of flood and waste management. Good afternoon, MD.
Good afternoon, Eyewitness. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Let's get straight to business. The year 2020, the rain is coming. Are we ready? If we are ready, how ready are we to curtail the effects of improper waste management by the Anambra, and to also curtail the effect in the erosion?
Thank you very much. Like you said, my concern, the concern of Anambra State Waste Management Authority, as the name implies, is waste management, that is municipal solid waste management. Now, where it affects the coming of the rains is in the area of proper disposal of waste, proper evacuation of waste, and then the management of the dump sites where you have this waste evacuated to. Now, how prepared is ASWAMA? Very well. As prepared as one can be in terms of emergency you are expecting, especially when the scope is expected to be large. Advocacy in the sense that we need to constantly talk to our people. We need to talk to our people because the background is that the attitude of our people to waste management is very, very poor.
Yes.
They do not seem to understand what waste is. They do not seem to understand what hazards it portends to them. So they treat it ignorantly because, you see, waste is generated basically in homes, it is generated in our shops, in our workplaces. And then management is also better handled at the source of its generation. It should be covered. We recommend, the ASWAMA law recommends the 120-liter waste plastic bin. Alright, so when you generate this waste, you dispose of it in this bin. How do you dispose of it in this bin? First, you make sure that it is bagged. You put it in a trash bag. The nylon trash bag is recommended. Secondly, you make sure that it is tied. It is securely tied so that it does not pour away. And then you put it in your bin. Then at the time when you want to dispose of it out of your home, you take it from your home and take it to the nearest either receptacle or the iron truck bin that serves your immediate neighborhood.
Provided by ASWAMA?
Provided by ASWAMA. And so you drop it there neatly. You are not allowed, you're not expected to drop it on the floor. And so we made advocacy an entry in our budget proposal for 2020. And we have started. We have made out letters, distributed letters to the churches. We have distributed out letters to schools. We have gone to begin to speak with market management, market leadership in our various vicinities. Taking our walks along the streets of our cities, for instance in Oka, trying to educate our people on what we do. Alright? Now that's in terms of advocacy. Now in terms of practical work, you will see us sometimes entering drainages to pack out trash, pack out waste that is blocking our drainages. You see us do it in Ifite Road. And as we do it, we tell the people, it's not really our duty to do that. Our duty is to supervise, to ensure, to monitor, to get the people to do it in front of their premises. And here you are, eyewitness, we are speaking to you knowing that you will also be reaching across to the people at the grassroots.
Okay, so your plan for 2020, how do you plan or going about it?
Our plan for 2020 is quite elaborate. The good thing is that we have a subhead in the budget of 2020. You may recall that while we were pushing for that, His Excellency purchased 6 garbage moving trucks for ASWAMA, and that was in November last year, and we have deployed them and they are in the field. So that one is settled about getting trucks, the number of trucks we have in our fleet. Okay. Now, apart from that, our officers are, we talk to them. We provide in-house training quarterly for the trash pickers out there on the road. All right. And we are expecting collaboration with the private sector. Yeah, we are working a lot on that. You see, under interministerial cooperation, ASWAMA with NewMap and NESRA and this agency on clear drainage, we have started meeting. We have started to strategize, to bring in stakeholders, to have a stakeholder summit, to talk to the people, to assist us. What do we want them to do? We want some of them to take back what they have introduced into the market. The producers of those contents you have in plastics and nylons, we beginning to have a talk with them to see how they can support us to retrieve what is no longer required in what they introduced into the market. In this case, we're talking of the nylon, we're talking of the PET bottles. You know, we have a good number of them who have established industries. Somebody like ZEC. ZEC is in Obosi area. We have another factory coming up somewhere along Aroma, and is into production of nylons and plastics. And so he wants to partner with us to take back those plastic PETs and nanoplast materials you see in the environment. So we are coming up strongly in relating in partnership with the private sector to ensure a healthier, a cleaner environment.
Okay. Now, ASWAMA and the ASA2 and e-waste, and there are synergies for them to make sure that waste in the various communities are protected.
Yeah, I just dispatched a letter yesterday to Oyi Council Chairman, that is the Transition Council of Oyi Local Government. I copied the same letter to the Commissioner for Environment. I copied the same letter to the traditional ruler of Nteje. The reason is that when you are descending the Nteje, the gradient into the hill, you will notice that there's a heap of trash, a heap of waste that is gradually growing just before you get to the bridge. It shouldn't be. ASWAMA is the watchdog in terms of for the environment, and so we are noticing this, and so we are writing to the councillor to use the offices under his sphere of influence. Those offices will include the vigilante. All right. That office will also include the town union to ensure that the accumulation of that waste stops automatically and the waste be evacuated to the designated dump site, and the designated dump site for the area is at Nkweli Zunaka. So we are expecting cooperation. We relate with Ministry of Local Government, and we also relate with the town unions.
Okay, Andy. Now, looking at policies of government and ASWAMA in context here, how are your agency trying to make sure that the effects of these policies affect ordinary Indian people positively?
You see, we well understand that the duty of waste management is a collective responsibility. It's not what government alone does. You know, it starts with you and I in our various homes. And that is the point where advocacy counts. Because we can't meet each and everybody in the populace. We cannot meet each Onya Anambra in his home to talk to him. So we use medium for reaching to the people. All right. Now, we understand that if we do not do our duty very well, it will tell on the health of the average Anambra person. Our societal health will be in danger. Okay? So, we explore all those avenues, talking to the market leaders, getting to sit in meetings with them.
On your final note, what is your message to Anambra?
My message is in two prongs. One, waste management is your responsibility as well, not just government's responsibility. Please manage your waste in your home so that it does not get to block the drainages and the waterways we have. Help government to preserve the environment. The next message is, it is capital intensive to manage waste. Please, go out there and pay your sanitation levy. Very soon the public announcement will be up in the radio. And Anambra State Waste Management Authority in conjunction with Anambra Internal Revenue Service is appealing to every Anambra. Go to the nearest commercial bank. Tell them you want to pay your sanitation levy. They have the IGR account meant for it. Do not pay cash to anybody. Pay through the commercial banks. Pay with your ANSID number. Pay for your sanitation levy in order to help government do the sanitation work so that our environment will clean and healthy.